Hey there and welcome to Geopolitics 411. Today we're looking at a very interesting topic for Africans and Belgians, and this is because the two countries have decided to cut ties. Africa, Belgium, Rwanda. Rings a bell. These are people who colonized Rwanda, and Rwanda has gotten to a point where the president, Paul Kagame, has decided, I can't take this anymore, we've had enough, and we're done. So Belgium and Rwanda announced the expulsion of each other's diplomats in the conflict that has been going on in the eastern part of DRC, with Belgium accusing Rwanda of being very key in terms of funding of the M23 rebels. So Kigali said it was serving diplomatic relations, it was severing diplomatic relations and giving the Belgium diplomats 48 hours to leave the East African country, accusing Brussels of using lies and manipulation to secure an unjustified hostile opinion of Rwanda. So basically, Rwanda is saying, you're spoiling our image to the rest of the world and we can't do that. So as a result, 48 hours, get out. So as a result, Belgium decides, oh, that's what you've decided. They clap back, and their clap back decides, we are expelling Rwanda's diplomats from Brussels in retaliation. So there wasn't an ambassador of Rwanda in Brussels per se, but there was what they call the charge d'affaires, like the person in charge of affairs. So he's been the one who's been holding fort, but again, also him is being told, get out. So Rwanda's move came just a few days after Rwanda's president, Paul Kagame, had accused Belgium of advocating that they get sanctions. So these sanctions were being pushed by Belgium against the country of Rwanda because of their involvement in the eastern DRC. And if you have no idea why Belgium perhaps was big on this, it's because this Belgium was also the colonizer of DRC. So of course they're interested in minerals and they really want to be part of the Westerners that make decisions in DRC. Hence why they are pushing that Rwanda be sent out of DRC. But then Rwanda is not happy because even them, they are benefiting from these minerals. So earlier in the week, EU issued sanctions of 3 Rwanda's military commanders, citing that these commanders had connections with the M23. And the sanctions actually include the freezing of assets. They also applied to the head of Rwanda's state mining agency, the guy in charge of mining. And EU further accused the agency of exploiting Congo's conflict in order to extract the valuable resources that are there. So basically, both Belgium and Rwanda are fighting over Congo because each of these countries wants to control the resources. So none of them is actually talking about the peace that is needed in DRC. It's a thing of, we will fight each other so that we can get control of the resources in DRC. Quite unfair for the people of DRC, if you ask me. So President Paul Kagame also hit back, saying that Rwanda suffered under Belgium's colonization, which divided Rwanda to make it appear like a small nation, and further added that the Rwandese people back then, they condemned it, and they will continue even today to continue condemning Belgium. The Rwandan Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation accused Belgium of consistently undermining Kigali during the ongoing conflict in the DRC. So Kigali further accuses Brussels of attempting to sustain what they call neocolonialism, which has been something that is affecting, again, a lot of African nations today. But Rwanda has decided we're done with neocolonialism, specifically from Belgium, so we'll go our way. So that's why they got to a point and they're like, you know what, we can't take this anymore. Before Kigali cut ties with Brussels, Rwanda President Paul Kagame had vowed that his country would stand up against Belgium. And Kagame is quoted asking, we would ask, who are you, by the way? And this is towards Belgium. Who put you in charge of us Africans? And Rwandans believe in God, but did God really put these people in charge of Rwanda? Basically, it's just telling them, we can't take your nonsense anymore. You did this during the colonial period. We've allowed it to go on until now, but we're at a point where, as Africa, he's standing up for his country and standing up against neo-colonization, which is such a fantastic thing to do. My only problem is that he's not standing against them and really wanting to, promote peace in DRC. He's standing them for his people, which is a win. But the fact that Rwanda is being accused of funding M23 and just still wanting this conflict to continue so they can extract minerals from DRC, and then the people of DRC don't benefit. For me, that doesn't make sense. So on the part of Belgium, Belgium says they regret the decision of Rwanda to cut off diplomatic relations and declare that the fact that they were declared persona non grata, according to the foreign minister, it equally applies to Rwanda. So even Rwandese are persona non gratas in Belgium. So it's a tit-for-tat game that's been played. And that's basically what is happening. So Belgium said Rwandan diplomats were no longer welcome in the country. So basically, they've cut ties. But what people need to take note is these people are acting on interest. This does not mean that now Belgium and Rwandese people will be enemies, like the country here will be permanent enemies. It's usually a thing of interest, and when the interests shall align, I'm sure these relations will be built back and somehow they'll get back to it. What I take home from this, for me, super proud of Kagame for his standing for his people and fighting, to the colonizers, because a lot of African leaders cannot actually stand up against colonizers, and they want to bow down so they can get the benefits. But Kagame has decided, you know what, I'll stand up for my people. And with this, I feel they're getting more respect, and probably they will gain more in terms of now their relations in future. Yeah, so if you're Rwandese, kudos to you. If you're Belgian, I'm sorry, you need to learn how to respect Africans as human beings who have rights and who understand what they want. And let's see how these relations are cut out now and in the future. Thank you for watching. You can tell me what you think about this whole escapade in the comment section, and we'll have a conversation. See you on the next one. The world is fast-paced and sometimes you miss the action. What perspectives do you have? What is the truth? Is the world at war? Join me, Sarah Mwangi, as we make sense of the information overload.